Hello everyone, welcome back. So today we are going to do part 2 of books I will never shut up about. So if you have watched part 1, thank you so much, and if you haven't watched it yet, please go watch. And let's get started with today's video. So today we are going to be talking about the rest of the books that I didn't cover in the part one. So the first book is going to be Only Love Can Hurt Like This by Paige Toon. We have our main character, Bren, who is like going back to her hometown after a messy breakup to stay with her dad and her stepmom for a little while. And there she encounters with Anders, our main protagonist. So Anders is living in the farm next door to them. And there she meets Anders, a man grieving the loss of his wife 4 years ago and still not over it. So throughout the book, their chemistry, like Ren and Anders' chemistry is insane. But Anders never commits to like their relationship. So we'll get to know why, because he's definitely like holding on to that grief, blaming himself, couldn't move on. So yeah, there is like insane twist in the book. So after reading that, you'll understand why he couldn't move on. In this book, all the characters have like their own flaws. So I think that makes them very much relatable and so lovely to me and real. So the next book is Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. I have to like talk about Abby Jimenez a little bit first. I think everybody knows yours truly says that it's the best romance book that they have ever read in their entire life. So I just like really saved it for the holidays so that like I could actually save it, because I have this feeling that if I like this book, this is going to be my forever favorite. I mean, with the anticipation I built and how much hype I've given myself about this book, when I was like done reading it, it didn't meet the expectations at all. So yeah, from then onwards, I didn't like picked up another Abby Jimenez book. But then this one came out, and everybody's again leaving positive reviews, and I was like, I have to check that out. So I'm so happy I did that, because Just for the Summer is an amazing book. So the plot of this book is, so we have Justin, who starts this Reddit thread saying that all of his exes, right after they break up, they seem to find their soulmates, and he thinks he's cursed. And Emma slides into his DMs and says that, oh, that always happens to me too. So they bond together over that, and they form this pact saying that, oh, I think we should date each other so that, we could break up, and then we'll also find our soulmates and we'll break the curse like that. So they put together this insane plan, and Emma is like a traveling nurse, so she moves to this small town. So from there, everything starts. And Justin, I mean, anybody who have read this book can't deny the fact that Justin is the epitome of, if he wants to, he would, because the lengths that this man would go to. I mean, it's all like, if you really think about it, everything is like the bare minimum, but still, like, he always stuck around. I mean, they're like, he put so much effort. So their story to me just felt so warm and so damn real to me. So I highly recommend this book for you guys. So the next book is 28 Summers by Ellen Hildebrand. So I put this book in here because, not because I love it, but because I hate the main lead, Jake. So I think that any book which makes you feel things like love, hate, I think they deserve to be like talked about. I mean, anytime I'm remembering this book, I remember the hate that I have towards Jay. The next book is Dating Dr. Dil by Nisha Sharma. Karina, who wants real love, not just an arranged marriage, and she meets Dr. Prem Verma, who thinks love is nothing but brain chemistry. And from there, they start this whole fake dating scenario and have like a love hate relationship, which is, of course, the whole point. It's enemies to lovers. And anytime I think about enemies to lovers, this is the first book that pops up in my mind, because this is fabulous. Yeah, if you love Desi romances, Dating Dr. Dil is a very obvious choice. So the next book is Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. This is my, like, these all are my favorite books, but like, this is my favorite book. I always think about this book and Ryland Grace, the scientist, like he goes to space to because he's the last hope of humanity. He's like figuring it out how to like accomplish this mission, and this chance encounter with an alien, and that whole plot thing is so funny and cute because humans. I understand why humans are called such social animals because Ryland Grace meets this alien who's also on the same like from their planet same mission. They both are there for the same mission. They're helping each other out, and the description of this alien and is so fun, and so it's easy to follow and very gripping and actually kind of funny. So if you happen to love space exploration, aliens, this is your whole vibe, you will love this book so much. And the next two books are actually by the same author, Ken Follett. So he's like a famous British author. So he's like known for writing historical fictions. The whole reason why I love historical fiction so much is because of Ken Follett, and his writing is really interesting. And I've read almost all of his books, and Eye of the Needle, A Dangerous Fortune are like my top favorites of his books. So Eye of the Needle, World War II, Britain, we have this German spy codenamed The Needle. So he's like trying to escape with this crucial, important information. Lonely woman on an island becomes the only person who can stop him. It's really intriguing, and the book is filled with action thrillers. He's like this spy, The Needle. He's like ruthless, smart, and is incredibly scary also. Book is suspenseful, gritty, and full of tension. So I loved everything about this book. Then we have Dangerous Fortune, also by Ken Follett. So this book is set in Victorian era in London. So this book, dramatic saga of lies, power, and secrets, groundbreaking secrets. Mysterious schoolboy's death unveils this decades-long drama between wealthy families. So I have actually finished this book in one sitting. That is like this book is so interesting. So if you love period dramas with backstabbing and high stakes, you have to read this. So the next book is The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. So we have two sisters in the time of World War II, French trying to defend their country and resist the Nazi occupation, and in their own ways, one through quiet resistance and the other through rebellion. So this book is actually so haunting. I felt everything, the courage, the love, the sacrifices that they have made for their country. The last book is Blue Sisters by Coco Mellos. After the sudden death of their sister, the three other sisters come together. The sisters are forced to come together and express their grief, fear, and their past. So, I mean, this book is especially sad and messy. The whole grief thing, I actually cried a lot because of this book. The dynamics between the sisters also felt so real, and I actually loved it. So that's it. I hope one of these become your favorites too. And if you have similar recommendations, please do share that with me because I would appreciate it so much. So that's it. I hope one of these becomes your favorites too. And if you have some similar recommendations, please do share them with me, and I would be so thankful. Thank you.